Jude tapping in real quick. I just want to tap in with y'all and speak a message of motivation for this week. You know, uh, there's a lot going on, as we know, day to day. Yes, it is. Globally, regionally, locally, there's a lot going on. If you still got breath in your lungs, the breath of life in your lungs, and you still experiencing here, you can count yourself blessed. If you found yourself in a situation that you didn't know how you was gonna get out of, count yourself blessed that you still here to reflect on that and that you still here to put your best foot forward. Real talk. Hold on real quick. Let me put my ear pods in. So I don't know if y'all can hear me all the way. Give me a minute. Let me get y'all a sky view. Let me get y'all a little sky view. All right. So I'm out here. I gotta take this bag of trash out. The trash man usually come. Well, it's not even trash man. It's a couple cats that come out. You know, the country a little different. How I deal with trash and all that, but they gonna come out and pick this trash up. And so they like to do that on Mondays out here. And you know, you gotta make sure your trash is secure. Because the coyotes and the raccoons, they'll try to get you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at my gate right now. There go the little cans right there. But look, I just want to tap in with y'all real quick. Message of motivation. You know, on this channel, I always talk about preparation as far as what you can do to prepare yourself for what's to come, for what's already is, to really get in a certain mind frame. And I got this thing where, you know, it's been revealed to me as far as my experience go, that we gotta learn how to use our gifts and our talents, right? We gotta learn how to use our gifts and our talents to do what we need to do and to get farther. Now, I'm saying this message because I just got wind of this throwback video one of my brothers sent me. It's from 21 and 20 years ago. And the time that flew so fast, I didn't even I remembered the nights that the videos was presented, recorded, but I didn't remember actually the things that I said in the videos. And one of them was 20 years ago. I was 17 years old, and I was asked a question on what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna be, what I want to do in life. And I was in my senior year of high school, and I said, you know, I box, you know, because that's what I did before. Let's say up to 21, from 15 to right before I turned 21, I was an amateur boxer, you know, out there in the Bay Area. And I boxed for many years. I was a martial artist before that, but that wasn't necessarily my passion. I actually thought I was going to be in there fighting with Andre Ward in there, in Junior Olympics, everything. But that didn't pan through. The Most High had a different plan for me. What I learned through boxing, though, was perseverance, tenacity. You know, in boxing, when you in that square circle, it's you versus you, really. And the reflection of you is your opponent. And one thing I like to say is whenever I looked at my opponents, I never saw my opponent. I never saw the guy in front of me. No matter how many sparring matches I had, no matter how many fights on the street I had, no matter how many regulated fights I was in, I never looked at my opponent as my opponent. And because of that, I would never have those butterflies and jitters when it was time for me to step in that square circle or when it's time for me to defend myself on the street, put it down on the street. I never saw the guy in front of me. I just saw a being that represented me where I was at, and I would see myself in that guy. Like, I literally would take that guy's face and put my face and my reflection on it and on him. And in doing that, it was like I was looking at myself in the mirror. So it wasn't nothing for me to be afraid of. It wasn't nothing for me to back down from, because I know I wouldn't back down from myself if I was looking at my own reflection. And it took many years of mental muscle memory to get that into full effect, but it took me longer to realize that that's actually what was happening. And so when I stopped boxing, I realized that I had a spiritual memory, a spiritual muscle memory. You know, they say when you work out or you do anything over and over again, you get muscle memory. Well, from a spiritual level, if we are moving forward and pushing along in certain areas of life, our spirit and our soul get tested. And our spirit, depending on how we persevere through these things, will learn the lessons that it takes to get to the next level, even if what we was at don't necessarily work out for us. Now, while I was boxing, that whole time I was still making music. I was still producing beats. I was still writing raps. But you know what? Every song that I was writing, I didn't understand what I was doing it for, even though that was my calling. My whole life, I've been a musician. My whole life, I've played an instrument. My whole life, I've done something in the musical realm that I wanted to pursue. And when I started realizing that I'm not going to be taking the normal route to get to the music game and to get through the music scene the way that I saw other artists doing it, getting put on and all this type of thing, I realized, whoa, 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 the Most High is doing something in my life right now to keep me, to one, test me, to see if I'm really ready for this industry, to see if I'm really ready for what all come with it, but two, to test my perseverance to see what I'm really in it for. And I had to realize that I'm not in music for no worldly aspirations. I'm not in music to be at the club with it. I'm not in music to be celebrated on the award shows and all of that. I'm in music to enlighten and empower our people. I'm in music to bring light to issues that normal music industry is just gonna skirt over and don't really trip on. And I had to realize that, whoa, because of that, I'm not gonna have a normal route in music. I'm not gonna have the normal support. I'm not gonna have the normal attention on me that everybody else have that might be less talented than I am. But I know I'm filled with the light and I know I got a serious talent with this music. But how am I gonna get to that level that I need to be at, right? Well, this is where the motivation come in. Everybody, and I know everybody that support this channel, everybody that support this channel got a dream. Everybody that support this channel has something that they was called to do from when they was real young. And more than likely, they didn't have the support. Y'all didn't have the support. More than likely, y'all didn't have the means to get to the next level financially. More than likely, you had to make a dollar out of 15 cents. More than likely, you had to take whatever skills you was given and you knew you really had them skills and you had to push hard with whatever you had. You had to make your tools go. You might not have had the $1 million studio, right? If we talking about music, but you know that you had the skills to produce $1 million sound. And you kept on pushing. You kept on grinding. You kept on refining yourself to the point where you realized maybe at first trying to sound like everybody else. I know that was me, not sounding like copying somebody rap. Because, back when I started making music in the 90s, in the 2000s, early 2000s, if you bit somebody else's style, you was considered a sucker. You was considered a sucker. That wasn't going to fly. People would laugh at you and talk about you. Wasn't nobody going to listen to your music if you sounded like somebody else. Today, that's okay to do. That's accepted because everybody has a cookie cutter mentality in the industry and people want to go with what they want to push on to the masses, what they want to push on to society. And if you fit that schism and you fit that narrative, then you're more than likely to get put on. But if you don't, and you going against the grain, and you got a real story to tell, you got a real message that goes against even what regular society is wanting to deal with, and you coming with things that have to deal with the light, coming with things that have to deal with the most high, things that have to deal with the supernatural, things that have to deal with divinity, things that have to do with cosmic universal order, then folks ain't really going to be trying to deal with that right now because unfortunately most of our people still trying to turn up, most of our people still trying to be in the club, most of our people still doing something strange for a little piece of change and not doing those things that it takes to separate themselves so that they can move in the light of the Most High. Now, whatever it is that you do in life, or whatever your dream was, I'm sure that if you are a child of the Most High, and if you really put your best foot forward, there was blockages, there was obstacles, there was all sorts of tests that made you feel like if what you was even called to do was what you was really called to do. And because of your creativity, because of how dope you is, just and blessed and gifted in life, you found other avenues to kind of appease that calling until you felt that the window of opportunity for that calling was going to come and present itself. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, you know how I always talk about the Most High going to make a way for you? You know how I always talk about if you really called to be set apart in this world, especially during this day, you will be led to the land. You will be given that opportunity to move away from the inner city. You will be given that opportunity to do what you need to do to position your family in a more safe environment while all this stuff is going on? Well, listen, that dream, that vision that was originally put on your heart, now's the time to activate it, y'all. Now is the time to relook at those things. Relook at that vision in your life. Relook at that dream that you had when you was real young. And this time, though, look at it from a perspective of growth, refinement. Look at it from a perspective of back then, I was trying to do this dream. Even though it was my calling, I might have been too young to realize that calling came from the Most High. And I was using that gift and that dream for the world. I was using that gift and dream to empower the enemy. And I didn't understand that when I was using that gift, I was using it erroneously. But now I've been tested, I've been tried, I've been refined, and I still have that vision. It's stronger than ever. I still have that dream. It's stronger than ever. And now it's time to use it. Now it's time to use it to the glory of the Most High. And when you use it for the glory of the Most High, when you use it to empower and enlighten the children of the Most High in any way that you can, because remember, the Bible say, be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. When you can begin to use those gifts in a way that's going to not only empower the children of the Most High, but bring glory to the Most High, you in turn will be empowered. You in turn will receive a sense of glory because now you're sharing in that glory with the Most High. Look, whatever you dream, whatever dream you got in your life, whatever vision it was that was placed on your heart when you was 12, when you was 10, when you was 13, 15, now is the time to take that thing and undust it. Now is the time to take that thing and bring it out. Now is the time to use all of your experience, all of your testimony, every single thing that fueled you to survive to this day. Now is the time to bring it out and use it. And I promise it will not be used in vain now that you're using it for the Most High. Now that you're using it to bring glory to the kingdom. Now that you're using it to empower yourself and your brothers and your sisters. I promise you, I'm telling y'all right now. And I was just reminded about that dream for myself. Listen, it's been a long road coming. It's been a long, long time. That 20 years don't seem like no 20 years. I'm going to tell you right now, it really doesn't. So much has happened in 20 years. So many people have been born, and so many of our brothers and sisters have got took out the way. So many people then got took out the way and chopped down. RIP to the brother Antonio Vargas out there in Livermore in the Bay Area, who was just gunned down at the Granada Bowl the other night. 28-year-old brother. 28-year-old brother. My condolences to his family. They doing a thing right now to tribute him and to raise funds because they want to have him a nice funeral. So y'all could even go on the news and see about that over in Bay Area News. But my condolences to that brother and his family for sure for him getting took out like that. But I hope that he was in the light. I hope that he was rocking with the Most High. I hope that he was a steward and a soldier for the Most High because of this spiritual warfare. We all soldiers. We all battle worn. We wounded warriors out here, and we have to continue to move forward. We got to learn how to persevere. And most of us, if we got to this level right now, we have definitely persevered. So give all the praise, all the glory to the Most High. Give all the thanks to the Most High. Thank the Most High for keeping that breath of life within you another day so that you can reflect, so that you can be placed under grace, so that in that grace, you can come back out with the testimony and the message that's going to help somebody else recognize the grace and mercy on their life. Look, it's your brother True Jew tapping in with y'all the only way I know how, keeping it raw and real and uncut. I love you to life always. Most High Mama and Papa, I'll be back willing. I'll be back with another one, but until then, stay blessed, stay vigilant. Go.